Hola, Bafito, ke Maradona ntse ba ke Bafito yet another episode Bafito brought to you by from the Street Podcast channel Bafito Local Soccer 101, the channel that's there for the local soccer stars Bafito that's there in those communities. Bafito, we want to say thank you very much for each and everyone who goes out following us on TikTok, subscribing to our YouTube channel at From the Street Podcast. Bafito, we want to open today's episode by congratulating the Northern Cape representatives in the last 16. Buffet to the Nedbank Cup, last 16 fixtures is out. Yes, two teams of the Northern Cape remains. Hard luck to the boys of Hungry Lions. Buffet 2, you've tried, you've put out everything out there, and we've seen what you guys are doing. But unfortunately, Amatax was too strong. But what I can tell you right now is we know you guys have put in a good shift. We know that you guys can come back again next year and then go into that last 16. So, with that to say, we also want to congratulate Jaxa Spears, the team of Jan Kemp. I must tell you guys, it's now a very exciting football season in Jan Kemp Afritu, with one of their teams going so far in the last 16 of the Nedbank. Bafetu also want to say big congratulations to Uppington City pulling all stops also in the last 16. The Northern Cape is 100% represented by the football clubs here in the Northern Cape of Africa. Yes, the Nedbank Cup last 16 draw was last night, took place last night. Milford will take on Kabatini, and Golden Arrows will take on Stellenbosch, and Amatax will take on Sikukuna, and Jaxa SHBS will take on CR Vasco da Gama, and TS Galaxy will take on Sundowns, and Uppington City will take on Durban City, and then Richards Bay will take on Amazulu, and then Orlando Pirates will take on Kasrik Stars. Now, we are well represented. The Northern Cape is well represented. As you can see, Jaxa Spears will take on Vasco da Gama. Uppington City will take on Durban City. Now, we wish those guys the very best. We wish them the very best. The time frames have not been rolled out yet, but the features are there for you to see which team is going to take on which team in the last 60 of the Nedbank Cup. Moving on, I want to bring you the Kangnas Regional League, where a number of Namaqualand teams are partaking for a sport to win the regional league so that they can go into the ABC Motsepe League, go for the playoffs and go and play, go for a spot into the ABC Motsepe League. The week 8 of the Kangnas Regional League. Week 8 went as follows. Strikers played Heroes. Heroes edging Strikers there in Steinkov 2-1. All Stars played a 2-all draw with Celtic United in a Barbie. Real Madrid winning 8-4, winning Victorians 8-4 of Nababib in Aukip. And Young Controllers also playing a 2-all draw with Sparrows in Komaras. Now, that was some tough pictures there. If you can look at All Stars really have been taking some knocks this season. They started off well, but they have been taking some knocks. Playing that draw there with Celtics shows you that they are not complete. It shows you their team does not complete. It shows you they really need to put in the work to get back into winning ways. Young controllers taking Sparrows to Comachas, but Sparrows standing the ground there and pushing them for a draw. At least gaining 1 point from that game. Very, very key. Then in stream B, St. Augustine boys played 1-1 with Uprisers FC in Onsipkans, whereas K Eagles played Boca Juniors and they lost against Boca Juniors 2-1 in Onsipkans also at home. AFC Leicester played 2-2, 2-all draw with Riverstones in Pella. New Secrets New Secrets FC playing a 2-1 with Total Aces in Comachas. Total Aces winning that game then against the ever experienced New Secrets team. And also seeing OSK Eagles losing to Boca Juniors shows you that the league it's kind of have its moments. You understand? Because when things like this happens at the end of the league, it tells you that maybe a club is maybe a club is either disrespecting other clubs, or or the next club or the opponent have studied and have come back stronger into the second leg. The log of week 8 looked like this. It looked like this. Heroes were on top, played 7 games, 17 points. Controllers, 7 points, 7 games, sorry, played 7 games and had 14 points. Sparrows with that draw, they played also 7 games, also at least gained 1 point and pushed them to 14 points. Strikers find themselves in position fourth with 8 games and having 12 points. All Stars finding themselves in fifth position, not really like an All Stars team, but they find themselves they played 7 games, find themselves in position 5 with 10 points. Then Celtics, Celtic United 7 points. Celtic United played 7 games and also nine points there that they gained 9 points. And Real Madrid seven played 7 games and also they managed to get 6 points. Victorians find themselves at position 8 and they themselves managed to score 4 points. And Spurs and Ocean Spurs finding themselves at the bottom of the log, played 7 games and only managed to accumulate 3 points. Now you can see this season Heroes was the better team. Heroes still sitting on top with a 3 point lead on both controllers and sparrows. It shows you Heroes, they are the better team so far in this league. In the stream B of week 8, New Secrets played 8 games. They have 16 points. Total Aces have a game in hand, and they have 14 points. They are on second position. Eagles find themselves in third position. Played six games, so they have three games in hand. They have 3 games in hand to make it equal. They have 14 points. Leicester have played 7 games alongside the River Stones, which also find themselves in fifth position. River Stones with Leicester City 13 points, with River Stones 10 points. Boca Junior find themselves sixth position, and Super Eagles find themselves on seventh position. Boca Junior played 6 games. They also have 3 games in hand. They have only 5 points. So for them to push it back into the a safer position to be able to compete at the end of this league into a playoff position, they need to win those games that they have in hand. And then Super Eagles 5 points, played 7 games. St. Augustine Boys seven find themselves in eighth position with seven games played, and then 5 points also equal with Super Eagles. And then Uprisers at the bottom of the log, very very poor. The coach of Uprisers have came out publicly that yes, he decided to drop the boys. He decided to go his separate ways with the team. There is some personal reasons that the coach mentioned, but I think those are things that can be sorted out. Those are things that I feel like need to be addressed. They need to be addressed. But yes, the coach did come out and says he is on his way out. He is going on a separate ways. Coach to backs was one of the coaches that really put in a lot of effort in Uprisers, and it's sad to see him go. But at the same time, we wish him nothing but the best. So for week 9, this coming week, this is the features that are going to take place this coming weekend. It will be in stream A, it will be Ocean Spurs will take on Young Controllers. Heroes will take on All Stars in Port North. Celtics will play Real Madrid, and Victorians will play Sparrows in Ababi. All those games will kick off at 3, except for the Heroes and All Stars game that will be at 5 o'clock in Port North. In Stream B, Boca Juniors will be playing a Uprisers team who is at the bottom of the log, who is struggling currently, who lost a coach also, but they will be playing in National Stadium. And Total Aces will take on AFC Leicester. Total Aces coming from a win, a very crucial 2-1 win, are going to take on AFC Leicester's at Stoffgram. And Riverstones FC will take on OSK Eagles, who come out of a loss. I think they will want to do better this weekend. And in Buffalo Field, and Super Eagles will take on St. Augustine Boys in Greece. Moving on to the ABC Motsepe League, I must say it has come to me, it has sink into me that we that Namaqualand teams have gave up on on their campaign motives, campaign plans. They've gave up on their campaign, and I must say it's very sad. It's very sad to see them dropping to positions like that on the log. But you can't blame the players. There are some issues. There are some issues that needs to be rectified at both clubs. Olympics have its issues that needs to be rectified. Benfica has these issues that also needs to be rectified. I think the campaign dreams are over and it's done, and they must accept it to say, let's fight so that we cannot go down and go and have to fight in a relegation zone. I think the results speaks for themselves. If I have to look, Benfica played Kakamas United. They won Kakamas United 1-0. Not a very convincing 1-0. Very poor performance by Benfica. I must say, getting that 3 points there at home, it was a very very lucky 3 points.
Prepare for tomorrow's game. Captain,
Sure, sure.
you you have put on a very great fight there at the back. You were the last man standing there at the back. One would say, yet again, Benfica managed to grab one of those odd wins. One could say it wasn't up to.
And yes, they also decided to give the 3 points to NC Pros, strengthening the hand of NC Pros of for winning the league. Now, if I have to look at another Namakoland giant Olympics, they played NC Pros. They went to NC Pros. They said we still have the fighting spirit. Now I feel like it's better to lose like Olympics did than to give the 3 points away without wanting to fight for the 3 points. Now I always said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's not up to me. But I always emphasized on the fact that Namakoland teams must come together if they want to win this stream. They must come together. They must work together. Now you find Benfica strengthening the opponent, which is NC Pros. But for them will be very difficult to strengthen Olympics. You get what I'm trying to say. It will be very difficult for them to do that. I don't know why, but whatever reasons it is will never benefit Namakoland football if that's the mentality. So as we could see, the Amalaus lost out on Zanzabani. They lost out 3 points there at Zanzabani. Kakamas Juventus gaining full throttle, getting those 3 points at Tornado FC, and also NC Pros managing to win that vital 3 points from Olympics. Now you can see NC Pros stretching that lead, and Kakamas Juventus trying to keep up with NC Pros as those 3 points from Benfica did come of benefit to NC Pros. So yes, there are teams who are still struggling. There are teams that still struggling. There are teams like your Postmansburg still struggling. There are teams like your Gaza United in the Stream B. They are still struggling. There are teams like your Kimberley Saints. They are still struggling. There are in your Stream B. There are teams like your Rastafari Eagles in Stream A that's also still struggling. Now a lot of teams are still struggling to to gather themselves, while NC Pros, Kakamas Juventus, they have been sticking to winning ways. They have been sticking to winning ways. Will the two clubs be the last to fight it out and fight it to the end to see who takes the throne, who wins the league. We will have to wait and see. That we will have to wait and see. So guys, there you have it for me, MK Maradona. See you again on our next episode. Phela phela, danzo.